How are we doing, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Stoppage Time Stooges podcast. Andrew, Jacob, Ricardo, sans Christian. No Christian to block this week. He's too busy actually playing soccer instead of talking about it. How about that? Is he a center back in this league? I think he said he's a center back, right?
I think he is.
So, yeah, I don't remember.
So, yeah, I believe so. But, yeah.
Center back. How well do you think he's doing right now?
I'd say well.
if without looking at like stats or anything, if we're just gonna predict a foot mob score, I mean they rate center backs usually pretty low.
Yeah.
I
they gave Marquinhos a 6.5 today on foot mob. I go, I don't know. You did save like at least one goal today.
I would go 6.4 without seeing anything.
I'm gonna give him a score a little bit better than Kim Min-jae, but 6.4 too. 6.3.
6.3, yeah.
I'll say 6.6.
A little higher.
Yeah, a little higher.
You can round that up.
Well, best of luck to Christian. Hopefully he's having a good game. But we got some Champions League to talk about. We got some first legs of the semifinals. Borussia Dortmund and PSG. Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. Ricardo, we'll talk about Real Madrid in a little bit. We're not going to get them right away because we just had a match happen today. We're recording on Wednesday, so we're recording right after Dortmund and PSG. And man, what an atmosphere at Dortmund. And what a game. This should have ended 3-3. I'm going to say right now. This should have ended 3-3. The fact that it was only 1-0, insane. There was a moment, like a 30-second spurt where Mbappe hit the post and Hakimi hit the post, and then Mbappe had like almost a free header that he just totally whiffed when the ball got near him.
I'm gonna do a Nick reference. It was Charles Smith Game 5, 1993. Andrew knows what I'm talking about. Ricardo, you can look that one up after.
Oh God! All right. I guess so.
Go New York, go! Am I right?
Yeah,
I feel you. Ricardo obviously doesn't, but that's we don't. We're not going to do basketball talk on our soccer podcast.
Ricardo is a 76ers fan, but a respectable 76ers fan.
I would agree.
Very honest one as well. So realistic, no, a realist here. So
anyways, yeah, this game should have ended 3-3. I mean, Fulkrug came up with the only goal. Ray Hudson on the goal. Absolutely magisterial!
Every time.
And, I mean...
There's no other way to describe it.
He pulled out the Archimedes reference.
Oh, that was...
7 points, like Archimedes' calculations.
He's amazing.
He kills me.
But Fulkrug also had a free header at one point. I think Dortmund also hit the post. What's his face?
Dembele missed one.
Well, Dembele missed a few. Dembele was Mr. White of net. Mr. White of net today.
Braun had one. I mean, Marquinhos did intercept it, but Braun had, he was in front of goal. A lot of bad headers.
Oh, Sabitzer! Dude, he was literally right in front of the net, and oh my God! I mean, good job by Donnarumma, but like, man,
it
could not get a better look.
It was kind of a tough one for Sabitzer. It was just so like sudden, and like he had to get his foot up. I don't know. It was tough.
It was a great look. It
was.
There were chances. There were great chances in this game, and for it to only end 1-0, I mean, very good for Dortmund. You gotta be so disappointed if you're PSG right now. They had chances away to at least keep it even, but the fact they go down 1-0 aggregate, that's massive at this stage.
I disagree in one regard, but I think you should be disappointed if you're PSG. I don't know about so disappointed because the way I look at it, if you're PSG, this is obviously glass half full, but you only gave up one goal to a team that seems to play a very high attacking football at home, scores a decent amount of goals, usually isn't held to only one at home. if you want to look at it from that perspective, if I'm PSG, I go, okay, we're only down. Obviously, we're gutted that we managed not to score any goals, but we're only down 1. That's very doable for us to come back at home. That's how. If I'm PSG, that's how they should look at it.
I guess what I'm trying to say is you had a chance at.
No, I
counted 3 goals.
Yeah.
3
You're
goals.
right. You're right.
Had. I mean, we're talking.
You're right about that. Yeah.
I mean, Dembele's chance, his last chance, where I believe it was Hakimi, who dished it out to him wide open on the pullback.
Yeah.
He went high. I mean, so many chances. Ricardo, your thoughts?
Oh my god! I mean, overall, yeah, the game should have been 3-3, but like the player I want to talk about is Jadon Sancho because
Yes.
I mean, seriously, he had 11 successful dribbles or something, 11 or 12, I forget. Fab tweeted about it, but I mean, he just looked so confident on the ball. He was cooking that defense, and so was who was I gonna say? Oh, Adeyemi was also just sprinting by defenders. Like them too, they just look so threatening, even in like the spells of PSG dominating. It was just those two as the outlets. I mean, it just was a headache. And yeah, PSG were fortunate they didn't concede on any of those like counters. But man, Sancho, I mean, it's just like United fans must be kicking themselves. You know, Ten Hag must be kicking him because like, how do you not see like? I know there's the whole like, you know, falling out or whatever, but like still, you can see the talent is still very much there. And they desperately need that at United. I mean, yeah, they could have used him at, you know, instead of, you know, Anthony, and they don't even use him. So, but I mean, he just, I'm surprised he didn't score, but I mean, Dortmund definitely could have won it. PSG could have won it. It really was just back and forth. But ultimately, yeah, PSG are kind of fortunate that, yeah, they aren't down by more than 1 goal. So,
I mean, to be fair, United, I mean, the passion from Sancho on defense today, that's what I took away. I mean, he had this great standing tackle in the first half. I forgot if it was Vitinha. Someone from PSG. He had a great standing tackle that led to a chance of Schlotterbeck.
That's the guy who delivered that great pass to Fulkrug.
Yeah.
That for a center half, for a center back to make that kind of a pass was wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rudiger can do that. That's all I'm saying.
Our guy. No, but and Sancho, I mean, playing it forward to Brant very well today. I mean, like I said, the passion. We didn't really see it in his last few occasions at Man U. It was looking like he was really playing for his football life tonight, and that was fun to watch. And especially, I mean, you expect someone to be doing that in the Champions League semifinal. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But I also, Ricardo, 13 successful dribbles for Jadon Sancho.
That's what it was.
Today, and he had 11 touches in PSG's box as well.
That's what it was. Yeah, I knew I was getting 11 from somewhere.
Yeah, but no, really, really great game from Jadon Sancho. PSG, I don't know, man. They, like I said, I'm gonna reiterate.
Isn't that great? I mean, remember, you can say yes, they're in the semifinal, but just, I mean, remember who's on this PSG team, and how thin it is. This is not a great team at all. This is probably, again, this is honestly maybe the worst PSG team on paper, at least, in a very long time.
It's also one of the youngest in a long time.
That too,
which also is a factor, but yeah, there are clearly holes on this team.
I mean, I think they're good enough to beat Dortmund. I do think they're good enough to beat Dortmund. Like you know, if they were playing like, you know, Inter or Arsenal or teams like that, I would feel differently. But I mean, I don't know.
It's just the way that this bracket's set up. It's like we said. I hate this bracket to death.
What a joke! I mean, could they front load one half of the bracket anymore? I mean, could they? No, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You have to put all the good teams on one side.
Yeah.
I
The
mean,
goat.
we don't again the fact that we let them have Eindhoven versus Dortmund in the freaking what was that? This when there were 16 left
Yeah.
is a joke. I mean,
Luck of
anyway,
the draw.
we've done that enough. I don't really want to go off about that. My whole thing with this game was there were so many missed chances by both teams.
Yes.
That I don't know who was worse with it, with the missed chances. Dortmund missed a ton. PSG missed a ton. I mean, this team couldn't. I mean, the headers they were never on target.
Well, if you look at the stats, if you look at expected goals, PSG had 1.57 expected goals. Dortmund was at 1.5, but that's not really what you should be looking at.
Yeah.
The big chances missed on both sides. Dortmund had 5, and PSG had 4. Which, I mean, complete testament to what this match was. And also, and those were also like all the big chances that were created as well in that match. They were all missed. So this is one of the crazier 1-0s you'll see.
Yeah, but it's interesting because PSG it's not like they don't have strikers. Like Mbappe obviously can play out at the 9. They have Gonzalo Ramos. They have Kolo Muani who came on the second half, and still they couldn't find any sort of goal.
And that's the thing. It's not like they weren't creating chances. Like that
they just couldn't finish, though.
They just couldn't finish. Exactly.
Like, why are you wasting all this money on these guys and they can't score? They can't do the one thing they're supposed to do. Like, I don't know.
You can get it from Dortmund's perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Because
you can get it from Dortmund. But absolutely, Ricardo. PSG should. I mean, no excuse. Literally. But yeah. Oh God. I'm always just gonna go back to them hitting the post twice in like 30 seconds.
No, that was
and Ray Hudson was hilarious when that happened. He by the way, one of the most biased Ray Hudson performances of all time tonight as well. Just totally rooting for PSG. Totally, he loves his love for Kylian Mbappe is almost near to his. It's gonna get. I think
Messi level.
It's going to get Messi level.
And Ronaldo level?
He always favored Messi over Ronaldo.
That's true.
He always did. But I think it's going to get to that point with Mbappe, the way he talks about him and the way he moans when Mbappe takes a shot. I mean, it's crazy. Ray Hudson's a sicko. But I love that man to death. I'm glad he's commentating Champions League semifinals.
It's so funny. So good.
But
imagine him the final.
Oh, God.
Imagine
it's like a game that's like 4-4.
A winning goal from Toni Kroos.
Magisterial or something like that. I don't know. He always uses that word.
He's a painter. Look at this art. Not even Bob Ross could get to this level. He'll roll the R of anything. Ray Hudson. We're slightly getting off track here. I love that they had Ray Hudson doing U.S. Open Cup commentary last year, just so he could do a Messi match. Just so he could commentate one Messi match when he signed up for Miami.
It's like when they wanted Craig Sager to do a finals game.
Yeah,
so they let him work on ESPN.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, honestly, there's not storyline wise, not a lot else from this match.
No.
Just the big picture, missed chances.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. That's all you need to do to tell the whole story.
Yeah.
But now they go back to Paris. I'd still give the edge to PSG.
I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said, it's only one goal, and they're going to be back home. So, I mean, if Dortmund continues playing with this tenacity and attack, which I don't know if they'll be able to when they go back to Paris, But if they can, then it'll be a little tough. But Dortmund has been a little inconsistent this year. So we'll see. But it's, Dortmund, and I guess you could say the same about Bayern, but Dortmund during the Champions League just looks so much different than their Bundesliga form. Just when even not just like looking at stats stuff, when you watch them, they look like two different teams.
Yeah,
kind of funny.
It's strange how that works.
It happens a lot. It happens a lot, but it's just this year's case of that. What were you going to say about that, Ricardo?
Oh, no, I was going to say that's a perfect segue into the team we're going to talk about.
Well, yeah, let's do that right now then. Oh, boy. I talked about a swing of emotions this match. It reminded me a much lower scale of that first leg this year against Man City. Much lower scale, but a similar swing of emotions. Ricardo, I mean, I'm happy we got the draw. That's what they had to do. At least get the draw in Munich at Allianz Arena. And they did that. So guess what? They're going to take the next one 2-1, and they're going to go on to the final. So that's my prediction right away. But your thoughts real quick before we get into the match.
Oh, man. I mean, it was really interesting because I can't remember who was commentating on the game, or maybe I was watching something else. But
who was it?
Somebody, I think it was actually Craig Burley on ESPN FC. He was saying like Real Madrid, for some reason, when they're on the road, it's just like they're a shell of themselves.
Yes.
And I'm like, I mean, yeah, it's true, but like, why? Because obviously Real can play. Like, that's sure you can say what you want about the away atmosphere, but like, you can still put your stamp on the game, It just didn't really happen at all. Like, they were a bit all over the place. They weren't quite, connecting on passes. They weren't on the same page. Jude didn't play particularly well and had to come off because of cramps. I mean, that was shocking in and of itself, the fact that he came off. But I'm glad it wasn't anything like serious. But Bayern definitely could have won this game. They definitely could have won this game. Yeah, I was going to say that.
I definitely thought they were the better team.
Oh, they were. It was just, but again with Real, it's just the moments when they matter most. It just seems like they always find a way. Even, I mean, the ball from Toni Kroos to Vini.
Oh my God! Not a stereo.
Exactly. I mean, you could not have placed it any better. I mean, it was on a silver plate. It was just so.
I mean, it didn't even. It didn't go in the air at all. I'm like, how did he get that ball on the ground?
The perfect amount of spin.
It's like 30 yards too.
It was. I mean, of course, only he can do that. Only certain midfielders can do that. But even the pen, when they were down 2-1, I mean, even that was just kind of creating it out of nothing, and it was just Rodrigo getting better position on Kim Min-jae, and ultimately Vinny buried it, which I wasn't surprised about. But overall, like you said, Andrew, I'm content with the draw. I'm very happy with that because, I mean, it's still all to play for technically, but it's. I don't think Bayern's going to play they're going to dominate as much as they did at the Santiago Bernabeu as they did at home. So feeling okay about it, but it could have been worse.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, no. I thought. Tell me if you agree with this. I always notice this with Real, especially when they're away. The first 15 to 20 minutes, they look lost. Usually.
Yeah, it's almost like they're trying to feel it out.
They always they're. I think that's when they're most vulnerable, and not enough teams take advantage of that. I think Bayern didn't take.
You're probably right.
Bayern did. City did.
City did.
Yep.
Right away, but Bayern, they had Sané had a chance at the beginning from the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, and forced to
take advantage.
Away. Yeah,
but that's when they're most vulnerable. And like I said, away when they're home, you don't notice it as much. But to be fair, it did happen against City at home. So it definitely could happen. But that's just one thing I noticed with this team. I mean, talking about Toni Kroos, he had another great shot on goal as well later in the match. That Neuer, it's crazy that Neuer is still playing at this level. I mean, how old is he now? Like,
I have not.
30.
He's one of one. I'll put it to you that way.
38.
I want to say 38.
Yeah, he's 38. He's 38.
Yeah. He doesn't look 38 either.
No.
Like
He's looked the same age for about like 15 years.
Yeah,
Right.
literally. Yeah.
Some people just look the same forever, and he's one of them. I mean,
But
Yeah.
Neuer had I thought I mean, you know, you can't really blame him for the Vinny goal. That was like we said, great setup.
Yeah.
it's one-on-one. I
It
mean,
was good pace. I mean, it's hard to stop Vinny in that moment. And then the penalty, he did dive a little early. Vinny took advantage of that, going central with the penalty. But I thought Neuer had a great game in goal overall. But man, they just when Madrid is away, and to Craig Burley's point, they're maybe it's the atmosphere. Their passing's not as crisp. They're like distracted. I've noticed. It's an odd mental thing, I want to say.
But it's even stranger because they've been in these situations before. Like this team was there last year. A lot of these players years before. You know, like I don't know. It is a bit strange.
Yeah,
the way it works that way.
But I thought Tchouaméni looked a little poor.
Yeah, he wasn't great.
He's not a natural center back, right?
No,
but he didn't start there. He started.
He started as a 6
holding. Yeah,
I mean that's his natural position is playing as a holding midfielder.
Yeah, but even then he wasn't the sharpest. I mean, most of the team wasn't very sharp. It was literally just like Vinny and Lunin.
Lunin
even Lunin was because
I don't think Lunin. I thought Lunin was okay. I don't think. I mean, I thought he could have stopped this.
No, he couldn't stop the Sunday one. That was too much pace. That was a rocket.
Yeah, like that. I don't really blame him for that. But like some of the corners where he was a bit indecisive, trying to punch a ball, he missed a couple.
Well, if you remember that's what Pep was trying to take advantage of.
Yeah,
with the corners because they knew that was a weakness with Lunin.
It's still
being able to play the corner, but Tuchel's definitely employing the same strategy. Which, hey, smart from him. There you go. Thomas Tuchel doing something good. Talk about Sané. First goal since October.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, what? To be fair, I haven't been following Bayern.
When you're in a drought, you're in a drought. It's weird. I mean, I've always rated,
that's an insanely long.
I know it is. I don't know. I've always rated him highly. I thought he was really good at City when at his peak. I don't know. He's like one of my guys. Like I can't quit. I'll always be a Sané guy.
Hey, understandably so. So. I mean, man. Ricardo and I saw him live.
Oh yeah, we did. We did.
Do you guys have anything else to add? Because I want to get my thoughts on this.
Yeah, no, go talk.
All right. Rough day for Kim Min-jae at the office, I would say. Pretty rough. I mean, it's not that he was bad throughout the game. It was just more that you could argue he made 2 mistakes. The first one I don't think was that bad. He just was a bit out of position, and that ball by Kroos, I don't think no one expected him to be able to hit Vinny from that far out on a pass that's like on the ground, but Kim Min-jae just looked like on a flat-footed and then the penalty, it's almost like he just got caught, like it was like he got his hand caught in the cookie jar and he just couldn't like yank it out. And, those are the breaks sometimes. But I think if you're Bayern, you're pretty upset that you don't come away with the win. Because we talked about it, they were definitely better. Real has this weird thing, I think, on the road where it's almost like they let the game come to them and they let the other team dictate how the game's supposed to go. Rather than let them dictate the way the pace is going, which I don't really get, and I don't really understand why they feel so comfortable sort of sitting back at times and not trying to dominate the ball. But They come away with a 2-2 draw, so they should be happy about that. I mean, Vinicius is just Sinbad. He loves the big moment. I think he honestly plays better in the big games than he does in the games that don't matter as much. So he was really impressive to me. I thought he played outstanding. And yeah, I think if you're Real Madrid, like Ricardo said, you're pretty content to walk away with the draw, especially in a game where you probably should have lost. I mean, Bayern were like this close to coming away with the victory, and they just couldn't do it. So yeah, Real definitely have the upper. I would say they have the momentum and the upper hand going back to the Bernabeu.
Yeah, two more things too for me. I noticed Carlo started playing Vinny as a sole striker during the match.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Well. Sole number 9. I don't know how I feel about that. But I mean, he's trying something new. I mean, I guess. Ricardo, do you have an idea? Like,
I mean, I'm like, maybe there was I really don't know. It was more of just like maybe
it kind of like just an impulsive.
I don't know. I think the thinking behind that might have just been because they're on the road, sort of like being in a shell, like trying to be as compact and tight as possible, not letting them get through, I guess, is the thinking there, and then just hit him on the counter. But like you already do that anyway with Rodrigo and Vinny, so I don't really know.
I think their counterattacks at its best when it's Rodrigo and Vinny leading it up top together. They play off each other so well that I feel like they're kind of hampering yourself when you're just playing Vinny as a sole 9.
And then Jude kind of sitting deeper.
Yes.
Also, so it also hampers his game a bit. So I don't know. It was kind of a head scratcher, but
weird time to get experimental.
Right, which is my point. I mean, I like that you're making adjustments. I just don't know if the Champions League semifinal is the right place to try that out.
Now Mallorca away, that's when you can,
Yeah, right. But and the other thing, Lucas Vazquez. Oh my God, he was looking like Grievous Vazquez the way he was reaching in. Come on, man.
I mean, why don't Real Madrid have a backup right back?
He is technically,
but he's not a right back. He's a winger. I mean,
he's been like solid actually at right back. He
hasn't been bad.
Game, he was getting burnt by who was on that side. It was Musiala, I think. He got coached by him, and
talk about a mismatch. My God.
I mean, you could say the same about Mendy on the other side. The Sane against him, again, his pace, and that's something that other teams. I mean, obviously, teams with pace on the wings, that's where they're probably at their best. So then they can exploit Real because other than that, they don't have many weaknesses. So, it just didn't. It was not. Yeah, it was not good in that game. And I mean, Carvajal is definitely playing when he's back from.
I mean, if he isn't, there's a massive problem.
He's like Vazquez is like, I get it. You guys think he's fine, but I don't know. He's the kind of guy you really don't want to play there unless you have to play him there. I feel like.
I'll also defend him because against Barca, he had one of the best games of his life at right back. So. An assist, a goal, and what else? I forget. I think he drew the penalty in that game. So he was involved in all 3 goals against Barca. So I'm just saying, it's just he is solid.
Yeah. And sometimes Carlo will go out of his way to play him at winger just to kind of let him, have his cookies.
Yeah.
But it's not like he's solely right back with us, but. And we need Camavinga to start next match. That's
left back.
No,
no. I think I'm telling you, I really did not like Tchouaméni today. I think you start him over Tchouaméni.
Really?
I would put Tchouaméni.
No, unless they put Tchouaméni as a center back,
That's what I'm saying, and that's what I feel like they should do and have Camavinga. And if you need, another center back, just bring Nacho in like you did against City.
Right.
And
You just
what percentage is Militao at? Do you think?
I don't know. I mean, he did play the full 90. And
I mean, he did play a 90, but he needs more reps like that. I 80, 75?
I was gonna say 75, 80% is what I was thinking.
Yeah. I mean, he looked all right. It wasn't like, he just needs the reps. That's what Militao needs.
Yeah,
and,
so working his way back.
Yeah, but no, I'd like to see Camavinga at the 6 next match, next leg, because I think Camavinga, especially at home when Real plays more attacking football, I think Camavinga is a better attacker than Tchouaméni as well.
Oh, definitely.
And he just brings the explosiveness. I love Tchouaméni. You know how much I love him. But I think
they don't lose when he's in.
Yeah, that's the stat I sent yesterday before the game, which I thought we almost ended. I almost jinxed it.
Yeah, but no, we need my guy, Eduardo Camavinga. Man, I can't wait. Mbappe, Tchouaméni, and Camavinga, the French trio, the French giants. Love that. Yeah, 2-1 second leg. That's my prediction there.
I was gonna lean the same way. I may go 3-1, but I don't know.
I'd say 2-1 also.
I'm gonna say 3-1. I'm gonna say 3-1 for the sake of not giving the same answer as the both of you.
Yeah, I don't think this is going extra time like the City match. No. I don't feel that vibe.
I can't go through that again.
Yeah, no. Also, that Harry Kane's first free kick, where he just blasted it just wide in net. I had PTSD of Harry Kane from the past, and I was first time I'd seen Harry Kane play one of my teams in over a year, and it was a scary watch, seeing that free kick, knowing how powerful he is. But anyways, we'll say next Wednesday, we're going to the final.
Hopefully,
stamping it right now.
I like
just
it.
like the Knicks are winning in 6.
All right.
I hope you're right about both. A little more for one than the other.
Who do we need at the Bernabeu? Who needs to be there for Real to win?
Figo.
We need Luka Doncic.
Luka.
You need Zidane.
We need Zidane.
Yeah, you're so right.
Right behind the bench.
Absolutely.
Not in the suite, right behind the bench with the real fans.
We need Steve McMenamin. Yeah. We need all of them.
Ramos.
Yeah. Oh no, he can't be there. He can't be there. You know how much I love the guy, but he's got other contractual obligations.
Yeah, I forgot he said Sevilla.
Yeah.
I'm sure Varane's not going to be busy.
Nursing his injury. Yeah, you're right. That was cruel.
You need CR7 there.
No, I'm good.
Oh, come on. How dare you?
No, we don't need him. We really don't need him.
Get Raul to go to the game.
All right,
yeah.
The big thing is, who do you want next to Florentino?
Okay.
I think you should get Florentino and Endrick. It's like a school trip.
Oh. Well, hold on a second now. Because we're playing Wednesday, that PSG Dortmund is Tuesday, right? So why not have Mbappe next to Florentino?
All right. I mean, you could.
After Dortmund finishes off PSG.
Now that would be funny.
That's soccer is something else. Right there. That's something else right there. Oh man. All right. enough of that match. Overall, feeling okay. That's how we're feeling about Real right now. Moving on. Quickly, let's talk about the matchups in the Europa League and the Conference League right now. Partly because this pertains to my bet of the week. So that's a good tease for that. But just some predictions. That's all I'm looking for here. We've been so focused on Champions League. We got another full day tomorrow of semifinals. And in the Europa League, actually, let's start with the Conference League. Then we'll work our way up to the Europa League. We got Villa and Olympiacos, and our Serie A correspondent, Dan Albach, and it's Fiorentina against Club Brugge. Who he's actually gonna be at that match. He's actually
I'm excited for him.
He's gonna be there. So because of that, I mean, I have to go Fiorentina.
Yes.
I mean, come on now. You can't have him live in misery for his favorite Serie A side. Jacob, who would you go with in that matchup?
Wait, they have the Brazilian legend Arthur. Fiorentina.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Brazilian legend Arthur.
And they have Andrea Bellotti. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Super team.
I actually know who those two people are, so I guess I'm gonna pick Fiorentina.
I mean, fair enough.
So of course these are the first legs as well. Aggregates for everyone. I'm gonna go 5-2. I'm gonna go 5-2 Fiorentina.
Jeez. I'm gonna say 4-3 Fiorentina.
3-2.
Love it. Now, Villa and Olympiacos. Starting off at Villa Park tomorrow.
By the way, the most overrated home advantage ever.
It gets loud. There.
Yeah, I
One of the worst second half teams ever.
Well, that's different. That's different.
But you can't blame the crowd for that. Come on.
No, that's not on them.
No, but
don't blame the support. We're gonna blame Chelsea's awful play because of the supporters.
You mean Villa's awful play, not Chelsea's awful play? It was Villa's awful play that got Chelsea back into the game.
No, but you know what I mean. Like just overall.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to make a comparison here.
It's just Unai Emery. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't do a team talk at halftime. I don't know.
Hey, I just need Villa to be in the top 4, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I think we're all gonna go Villa here, right? I think I'll make an easy assumption there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say 4-2 Villa.
4-2.
No, you know what? I'll say 5-3.
5-3.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to think about this. Villa's tendencies and whatnot, and how they play and their results.
Attacking, they're very attacking. I mean, they barely got through to this round, so
yeah, but they're shaky though. They don't always play 90 minutes.
Olympiacos right now, by the way, is 4th in the Greek league.
Oh my god. If they don't beat this team, they should fire Emery. Forget that extension.
Wow.
I'm sorry. If you can't beat the 4th best team in the freaking Greek league, come on. I mean, talk about piece of cake, silver platter. Here, go win a trophy. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
6-2.
No, sorry. Oh,
jeez. All right.
Yeah.
4-2.
I think they're gonna win handily at Villa Park tomorrow.
They should.
All right, that's enough Conference League. I think that's enough.
Yeah,
I agree.
Let's move on to the Europa League. I am very interested in these two matchups. Unlike the Conference League, very interested. Roma and Leverkusen. Unreal is starting off in Rome tomorrow.
That should be fun.
Right, and Marseille and Atalanta, as Christian de Block would call them. let's start with Marseille and Atalanta. It's gonna be at Marseille, the first leg. Probably, man, they're both so
Mid.
yeah.
Oh man,
They're the
God,
most-
I like literally like these are teams like you easily see fifth in their respective leagues, or
they're like
seventh.
6th and 7th in their
Sixth,
in their
seventh,
leagues.
yeah.
I mean, it's like really. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the team that beat Liverpool.
can I just say this is what I'm torn about? Literally, what you just said, Jacob, that the Atalanta just beat Liverpool, and the fact that Aubameyang is, I think, the highest goal scorer, the top goal scorer in Europa League history. That's what I'm torn. That's what I'm deciding
The
between right now.
abomination.
Oh my goodness, man. I don't know who to pick, man. I'm lost on this one. This one really has me struggling. You guys got anything? Because
I'm gonna go Atalanta.
I'm
Just
gonna
be-
pick. I'm going Marseille.
Aubameyang.
Going
I
with the
think-
Aubameyang.
Going with Aubameyang. I don't know. I'm going
It's
Atalanta.
either I'm going with the Aubameyang or I'm going with Skamaka, whatever his name is. Skamaka.
Skamaka, yeah,
Skamaka.
the righteous Italian.
West Ham legend.
West Ham legend. No, I'm just. I mean, Marseille advanced by beating Benfica, who, if you remember from the Champions League, weren't that
awful.
great.
Benfica are frauds. I'm sorry. That's the club of Enzo. That's the club that gave me Enziro Fernandez. So I don't really have great feelings about them.
Well, they're missing him right now, so
Yeah.
And that's why they came back and almost beat Villa.
I mean, when Angel Di Maria is one of your most important players at this stage of his career,
Exactly. I mean,
it's going to be bound to be very rough.
You have Otamendi still, I think, there, center
Yeah.
back.
Legendary.
Yeah.
And he was on one of the greatest City teams ever. I think that may be the best City team of them all, but that's another story.
Anyway, 36-year-old Otamendi. But no, I'm going Atalanta just because they beat the better team. So I think
they certainly did.
they absolutely beat the better team.
I'm still laughing about the fact that Liverpool coughed that up.
And also because their goalkeeper's name is Juan Musso, and Argentinian international, and I love that name. But
X Factor.
No, I'm going Atalanta.
I'm also gonna go with them.
All right.
I'm gonna say. Jeez, I don't know.
I'm gonna pick Marseille because of Aubameyang and because I love their uniforms. And the last great Balotelli season was at Marseille.
That's probably the best point you brought up in that sequence.
Remember when he scored the goal? That was the Balotelli swan song. What I would do to watch that season again.
God.
Remember when he took the selfie?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. It's hilarious. Did we say aggregate scores anyone? I'm gonna say 4-3.
No, I'll go. This is one I'll go 3-2. I'll go 3-2 on this one, but
2-1.
Jeez,
Wow.
oh my god, that's the low score. Bobby is gonna score both goals though. That's what matters.
Yep, he will.
Balotelli has 7 goals in the Turkish league this year. Let's just put that out there.
Wait, what team does he play for?
Adana Demirspor.
What place are
That
they
was
in?
pretty good. That was actually pretty good. Yeah.
They are right now 11th in the Super League table. Yeah, right behind Haji Wright's former club, Antalyaspor. I love the Turkish league.
How about this other matchup though, boys? Roma.
Well, real quick, I'm also picking Atalanta because I sound like Chris Russo. Atalanta. It's like how he says Atlanta.
Atalanta. I'm not picking that Atalanta.
I don't like the Atalanta airport. It's too big for me. Too big. Don't like it. Not one bit. You got the Roma and the Leverkusen.
Oh God.
You don't know Jose Mourinho.
That's why Roma's here, because of Daniele De Rossi.
Oh my God. I can't believe this is a what.
I'm really tempted to pick Roma.
Me
So am
too. I
I.
was just gonna say that.
Damn it.
Really
Okay.
tempted.
So
I
tempted.
didn't in my notes, but
All right. So who's gonna do it?
Especially in Rome. In Rome,
the
first
first
leg.
leg, I think I predicted a 1-1 draw because Leverkusen are the king of getting draws.
They are.
And you know it's going to be some freaking stupid 93rd minute goal to keep them, their streak alive of not losing a match.
But goddamn, I love Leverkusen so much.
All right. Who's gonna pick Roma? Who's gonna do it?
I'm going Leverkusen. I can't get off Leverkusen.
Oh, I really want to.
I really want to pick Roma. I really do.
I just wish that we could have a game where
they beat Brighton, but I love them.
I just wish we could have Ray Hudson doing this, and we could have like Dybala scoring the game-winning goal. Paulo Dybala, he is a sorcerer.
A diabolical strike.
He is a magician. Anyway, my prediction was I think it's going to be 1-1 in Rome. I think it'll be tight. And then I think Leverkusen will pull out some 2-1 win where they score a goal really late again.
He scores again in the 96th minute.
Yeah, and that will be the thing that will send them through.
I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to pick Roma. I'm going to say 3-2 on aggregate. And the streak finally ends.
I wish this was. Another game. I wish this was the.
This would have been electric Europa League,
especially with Roma losing in the final last year.
Yeah.
Stupid freaking raffle. What was that? The randomizer. Get a new one, UEFA.
UEFA. I'm gonna have Roma winning the first leg, 1-0.
The streak will end.
But Leverkusen is gonna come up with a 2-0 victory back home, and they're gonna win 2-1 on aggregate and advance to the Europa League final to take on Atalanta.
I hope I'm wrong. I really do.
I can't see Roma. I mean, at the very least, they're going to draw at home. That atmosphere in Rome is unreal.
Yeah.
I think they at least get a draw. But I could see the win. I could see low scoring win. And then going back to Leverkusen, and they won't be able to handle it. But Daniele De Rossi has done an extraordinary job after Mourinho, and I'm the Jose Mourinho guy. So it's very hard for me to say it, but he is the better man for this squad right now. Maybe they should have just got more players from Mourinho, but anyways, maybe he goes back to Chelsea to replace Poch.
The only man that is welcome to come back. Because this wouldn't be seconds with Mourinho. This would be third time.
Right.
And again, I have a lot of love for Mourinho, but I'm sorry, he's kind of cooked. I'm sorry. It's the sad truth that no one wants to admit, but it's the truth. I heard someone say that he should manage England. Watching something where they said he should manage England. If he manages England, you think you're going to be mad at the way they play with Southgate?
Way worse with Mourinho.
Southgate 2.0. Oh my god.
But no, the great one. He
special one, not the great one.
Sorry.
But
I'm thinking of The Rock. I'm thinking of The Rock right now.
I need to finish my point. The only man that I want back at Chelsea for a reunion is Antonio Conte. If he takes that Napoli job, I promise you they will skyrocket. If Osimhen stays, it's going to be one of the best decisions he's ever made.
Oh, but then he's gonna go to Chelsea.
Yeah,
and,
he's going to rehabilitate him like it's going to be Lukaku 2.0. He's going to rehabilitate him like he rehabilitated Lukaku, made him look like the best striker in the world for like 18 months with Inter, and then he's going to go to Chelsea just like Lukaku. Yeah, it's a pyramid scheme.
Speaking of pyramid schemes, Jacob, take the floor.
You know what,
Coach
boys?
you.
The first half against Villa, I was very upset because it was another pathetic effort. And I know, no, Cole Palmer was playing this time. He did not play against Arsenal. And by golly, it showed. But they fought back. Obviously, Villa, their record in the second half is like for some reason they only want to concede goals in the second half. I think it was like 35 of their like 52 goals were conceded in the second half, which is just really bizarre. And I'm more mad that they didn't win the game because Cole Palmer had a chance late and he missed it. They even took Emi Martinez out, who I hate. I think he's so annoying. So full of himself, Emi Martinez. He thinks he's like Lev Yashin or whatever his name is. Give me a break. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, Noni Madueke, who I'm not crazy about, scored a nice goal because I don't think I think he hates passing the ball.
I think he just hates his teammates. I'm starting.
If you watch him, he's like always disgusted with everything.
Yeah, right.
I go, listen, I know they all suck, but if they're wide open, you got to give them a ball.
Wasn't
and even Conor Gallagher scored with his left foot. If only I wish he could have scored with his right foot against Liverpool when he was 1-on-1. But hey, you know what? I guess you got to take them when you get them. But, you know, only Conor Gallagher would score a more difficult goal than the easier goal. But, you know.
Wasn't Madueke the first one to go up to Cole Palmer when he was going to take the penalty?
Oh, yes.
Madueke was complaining. Yeah.
And you know what sucked, too? Is that Nicholas Jackson scored a really good goal. That was a lot more difficult than the goal he missed against Manchester City, which makes me really annoyed. He scored like this goal like off like the side of his foot. I'm like, how does he do that? And then he misses the one. I don't know. He will not make. He talked about frustrating players. Anyway, but I was happy with the effort that they put forth in the second half. They showed a lot of fight. They still can qualify for the Europa League, which is like makes me happy and upset because I know I've given people the script and I know what's going to happen. Where they have Bournemouth the last week of the season, and they're going to have a shot to qualify, and they're going to come up with a dud, and it's going to drive me nuts. Because the game before that is Brighton, which is the lock. I think this will be one of my best bets. 2-2.
Absolutely. No, it's gonna be 1-1. It's gonna be 1-1.
No. You understand? Chelsea are the kings of 2-2.
Brighton's the kings of 1-1.
Yeah, but Chelsea will dictate. Watch. They dictate Brighton all year. They beat them.
Oh, Chelsea's gonna be up like 2-1, and then Brighton's gonna equalize with like a Lewis Dunk header in like the 84th minute.
And then there's going to be an obvious. They're going to call handball when the ball goes off someone's shoulder for Chelsea because that's what they do. Again, I don't understand what handball is. I think there may have been a handball that they missed. Of course. No, there was one. Oh my God, there was one in the Man U game where Anthony hit a ball and it went right off the guy's hand and they didn't call a handball. And I'm like, what is handball? Like, so annoying. But what really bothered me at the end of the Chelsea game was Benoit Badiashile slightly nudges with his shoulder someone on Aston Villa. And it's a foul. Again, I don't think that come on. Yes, he impacted the play, but the guy, I swear to God, he gets bumped and then he takes 3 steps. It's like it was a travel or something. And then they had to disallow a goal, which drove me nuts. Because they should have won that damn game. And again, Chelsea's bench. Lastly, and I'll be quick with this. Because I was mentioning how many injured players there are. If you really want to know how bad the injuries are for Chelsea, let me read you this bench. Because I promise you it is bare. Let's see. Okay. Axel Disasi, Cesare Casadei, Josh Achemapong, David Washington, Marcus Bettinelli, the backup goalkeeper, Keanu Dyer, Ted Kurd,
Who?
Exactly. Tariq George, and Alfie Gilchrist. And you wonder why I rant about the construction of this team. That's why. And this is why, as much as I am not a Poch guy, why firing him will do nothing. It will not solve the problems. The roster's still going to stink. What do you want him to do? Wave a magic wand and ask Mudryk not to sky every cross he makes? I mean, it's like, you got to get real. Again, and I thought about this too. If you're a bright young manager, why would you want this job? You wouldn't. You think Amorim wants this job? Of course not. He thinks West Ham is more desirable. You know how pathetic that is?
Zach Musso agrees.
The whole point of this.
But anyway, big game tomorrow against Tottenham, arch rival. I don't think they're going to win, unfortunately. I think it'll be a letdown. But God, if they could win. And I don't want to beat them with 9 men. I want to beat them with 11 men. I want to beat them with 11 men. Fair and square, mano a mano. That's what I want. Please. You couldn't beat freaking Arsenal. How about let's get 6 against Tottenham? Can we do that, Poch? Please? That's all I got to say about Chelsea.
You know, real quick, just you're talking about Poch having to use a magic wand, and I'm just thinking of Ray Hudson doing a spell to fix Chelsea.
I knew you were gonna. I wish
it'd be a Pochettino mas de bala.
Oh, I wish we had. I would love. I'm a big. If they had the ball, I would have a tear in my eye. I'd be so happy.
Yeah.
I've loved the ball since he was at Juve. Big.
They would ruin him too. Don't worry.
No, you're right, but I just don't want him. He could do the heart.
Aubameyang Osimhen.
We had Aubameyang. That didn't work.
You didn't hear the full spell.
Oh, if Osimhen comes to Chelsea, I mean, I'll be happy, but
it's not happening.
Yeah. I'll have PTSD of other people that were in his shoes. I will say that.
Lukaku.
Yeah. Torres.
All of them.
Falcao, Morata.
Falcao.
Higuain.
Yeah, I said. Him. I said. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna move on to the best bets this week. I figure we'll start with Christian since he's not with us, and Christian. He sent in not 1 but 2 different bets for this week to make up for his lost time.
Feeling mighty confident this week.
Oh, he's feeling very confident. He's got some high odd ones. So if you're feeling a little frisky, go with Christian this week. His first one, Atletico Madrid money line, Rayo Vallecano and Almeria under 2.5 goals, which I actually love that bet on its own, by the way.
That's so
and Roma and Juve under 2.5 goals all together parlayed at plus 569. He's putting down 15 to win 85-42. And by the way, Atletico is playing Mallorca. So there's that. In his second one, this is probably the most shocking one, is all MLS money lines. LAFC, who, by the way, congrats on the Giroud signing for the 1 millionth time. It seems like that's Fab's favorite tweet to put out the past 2 months. Is Giroud LAFC, document signed. Here we go. Soon.
No, wrong. It's Nkuku training.
Yeah. Well, at least we aren't here to hear Christian say Giroud. Giroud. He's got LAFC money line. Nashville SC, Nashville Soccer Club, of course, taking on Montreal, and the Chicago Fire, all together plus 652. 15 to win 97-88. How about that? Anyways, yeah, that's a damn for sure. Ricardo, let's move on to you.
All right. So this is what I said to you earlier, Jacob.
You son of a.
So I'm picking. I can't bet on Chelsea to win.
Oh, this would be terrible for me.
How
This
about
is like
I
a
do-
double terrible for me because I need Newcastle to lose.
How about I do the opposite instead of picking for Chelsea, in favor of Chelsea? I'll go the other way and go with Spurs. Just because. Why not? The reverse
Smart
of the
pick.
last fixture.
Smart pick.
And then Newcastle at Burnley. Yeah.
Come on,
plus
Burnley.
427 odds.
Get a draw, please. Get a
25 to
draw.
win 106.79.
Real quick, Jacob, give me, if you have 15 seconds here, give me a final score prediction for Chelsea Spurs.
3-1 Tottenham.
All right, betting that right now.
I hope to God.
Correct,
Andrew. I hope it's the reverse. I don't want to be right about this. I have a very bad feeling.
Maybe they have another Nick Jackson hat trick.
Well, maybe Romero has some red cards in him,
There you go.
which is a common occurrence. Yeah, for me, Atletico Madrid, they got Mallorca. Not a very good squad. So I thought that plus 110, I like the odds. I'd like Atleti in this situation, and I think they'll probably take care of business against Mallorca. So yeah, bet it if you want. If you don't, that's okay. There's no guarantees in this. So don't hold my name to this. Just if you want to take it, do. If you don't. It's that simple.
Just to clarify for our video viewers, our video audience, I forgot to put money line in there. So it's Atletico Madrid.
Atletico Madrid money line plus 110, 30 to win 33.
All right. Last one for me. I've been on a tear with my draw predictions.
Yeah, seriously.
And I know originally I kind of messed up this episode. Gotta admit it right now. Because I said Roma 1-0. We're going to have them draw instead. How about that? I'm changing my mind. We're doing Roma Leverkusen the draw. 1-1. Don't worry, I'm not guessing correct score. They just
I was
said
going to
draw.
say.
At plus 240. Plus 240. I love that. I love plus 240. I've been on a tear of the draws. I'm 3 for 3 on draws this season.
That's crazy.
That is wild.
That's actually
this is a big match. Big match draws. First leg. I love first leg draws. This is so gonna hit. I've totally switched my stance from 20 minutes ago. Arugula. Anyways, I think that's enough for this episode. What are we laughing about?
You saying arugula? I know it's in reference to.
Well, okay, whatever. I just like arugula.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Jim Rome, everyone. Jim Rome. And specifically Frank Calia knows Jim Rome. Anyways, what a way to end this episode. Phenomenal. Amazing stuff. Great episode. Sans Christian. But Christian will be back next week. Don't worry.
Yes.
We'll have him back. We'll have hopefully the full crew next week. We'll talk some second legs. Hopefully by then Real Madrid is in the Champions League final, right, Ricardo?
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Everything crossed.
And hopefully by then the Knicks are in the Eastern Conference semifinal.
Okay, relax.
They better be.
They
Jacob,
will.
is Jacob going to go on a rant instead of Chelsea? Knicks
hope-
rant next week.
You know what, Andrew? I hope we don't. I don't even want to think about that possibility.
There you
I
go.
didn't want to think about that. That's my worst nightmare.
All right. Well, if you have any questions or topics you want us to discuss, feel free to leave us comments on our social media, on Twitter specifically. Christian's handling that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. We're on there. And yeah, engage with us. We love to talk.
Love it.
Anyways,
Love it.
that's it for this week. Have a good night, everyone.